Call the meeting to order. Tewksbury Conservation Commission. Date is September 18th. First item on the agenda is approval of minutes for July 10th, 2019. Get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Second item, approval of minutes from August 14th, 2019. Get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. September 4th minutes are not ready. So next item on the agenda, let's see, we're getting, how many of these continuances are we getting?
3.
One's later on. All right. So, next item on the agenda continued from September 4th. Public hearing, notice of intent, Richard Montori, Town Manager, 984 Main Street, map and lot 4779, 4780, 4881, and 4893, DEP number 3051073. The applicant is requesting a continuance to October 9th. I get a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Second item, continued from September 4th, public hearing, notice of intent, John Fenneris, ACC Realty, 1037 North Street, and 1547, 1553, 1563 Andover Street, map 39, lots 45 through 48, DEP number 3051077. The applicant is requesting a continuance to October 9th.
Make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, a public hearing, request for determination of applicability. Arthur G. Marcos, Tewksbury Department of Public Works, Breckenridge Road between 89 and 130, map 111, lot 72 and 71, and Jenny's Way, first lot on the left side, map 110, lot 108. The applicant is withdrawing this request. Do we need to make a motion to accept the withdrawal without prejudice?
I move. Yeah.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda, continued from September 4th, a public hearing, notice of intent, Kelly Doherty, New England Power Company, line 337-338, Jitney Bus, utility right-of-way between Main Street and Ginsburg Drive, 750 Main Street, behind, map 34, lot 44, DEP number 3051090. Hey.
Hello, my name is Alexandra Chandid. I'm from BSC Group, and I'm here on behalf of Kelly Doherty of National Grid.
Got a new filing system here. All right, so we're doing exploratory borings. So, no due documents submitted. So what were we waiting for?
DEP.
Pardon? We have the DEP number. All right, so seeing that everything was all set, we're just waiting for a DEP number. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And as for the notice of intent, can I get a motion to approve the standard order of conditions?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. All right. Thank you. I should read your notes. All right. Next item on the agenda, continued from September 4th, a public hearing, notice of intent, Capolini's Realty, LLC, 896 Main Street, map 48, lot 36, DEP number 3051092. Again, a continuance from the last meeting because the DEP number had not been issued. There were no outstanding concerns. So can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And as for the notice of intent, can I get a motion to approve the standard order of conditions?
I move.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next item on the agenda, notice of intent, Wamisit Lanes LLC, 434 Main Street, map 22, lot 69, DEP number 3051091. Applicants requesting a continuance to October 9th. Can I get a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And G. Next item on the agenda is a notice of intent, Deepak Sony's 70 Orchard Street, map 60, lot 155, DEP number is pending. The applicants are requesting a continuance to October 9th. Can I get a motion to that effect?
I move.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a notice of intent, Scott Kelly, R.J. Kelly Company, Inc., Burt Road Development, map 115, lot 4, Route 93 off, map 115, lot 5, Route 93 off, map 115, lot 6, Route 93 off, map 115, lot 7, South Street land, and map 115, lot 8, Route 93 beyond, DEP number 3051093. Good evening.
Good evening.
Introduce yourself for the record, and let's go through this application.
Sure. My name is Peter Ellison. I'm a civil engineer with TEC representing R.J. Kelly, the owner and applicant for the project. Should I give a quick description of
Yeah,
the
yeah, that'd be
project?
great. I'm
Okay.
just like reading some of the material, but I'm listening to you.
Sure. So I guess to get you oriented, on this board here, I have the development shown in color. You can see Route 93 north would be this side of the board here. So the property is kind of bounded by 93. These are the MBTA tracks here. This is the Gillette Company, and then Ballardvale Street, which comes up off of the 125 exit from 93. So the property's split between, it's 53 acres, split between mostly Andover and Tewksbury. This line here is the town line. So this dark line here is the town line between Andover and Tewksbury. So it's right around 100,000 square feet of warehouse that is in the town of Tewksbury, and then 125,000 square feet that's in town of Andover. So what's being proposed are two warehouses shown in orange here, totaling 224,900 square feet, and associated parking, utilities, stormwater management, etc. As far as resource areas within the town of Tewksbury, there's an intermittent stream that kind of starts here in the northeast corner of the property, more or less cuts the 53 acres in half, running southwest down towards 93. In blue here is the BBW that was delineated on the north side of that intermittent stream. So if you read through the wetland report, the series of flags are the D series that is mostly in the town of Tewksbury, and then I think like maybe 5-ish flags from the, sorry, I said that backwards. About 5-ish flags 5 or 6 flags from the D series are in the town of Tewksbury, and then the entire E series flags are in the town of Tewksbury. So I've been coordinating with Stefania on this project. Maureen from Norse was the person who did the delineation. We know that you all would like to have Bill Manuel look at the delineation and confirm everything for you. We haven't had a chance to set up the meeting with him yet. So I guess at this time I would open it up to any questions for the commission.
Okay, so we're going to be getting a review of the stormwater too. And can you give us any highlights about the stormwater? There's a lot of that light green area and the gray area on that map. Can you kind of explain what you're doing with all the stormwater?
Yeah, sure. So the majority of the site flows kind of from the north down to the south toward that intermittent stream in the existing conditions. We're keeping it that way with proposed conditions, and we're using a combination of deep sump-hooded catch basins, sediment forebays, and infiltration basins to reduce peak rates, meet all the treatment requirements. It's been designed to meet the stormwater standards fully as a new development. So.
Right. So we're not considering pervious pavement or anything like that, right?
So we do have pervious pavement proposed in the starting about here and wrapping the entire building around back.
Okay.
That driveway really is only needed for emergency access for fire, so we thought it was a good fit for pervious pavement because it probably won't be driven on very often.
Right.
The use is industrial warehouse, so they're going to be full-size trucks coming in and out, so we are going to be proposing a pretty thick pavement section as part of the project.
Stefani, any highlights that we need to be aware of?
Only thing, the MISA review.
Oh, yes.
So I have it as October 7th, 2019 is the date that we have to wait, which is not going to be an issue because our next meeting is October 9th. But that's the date that we need to wait to hear from them until we can make a decision.
Okay.
So
Is that,
I can just tell you where it is. So we have to wait 30 days from the filing date
Okay.
to see if they will give a review letter.
I see.
And that's in section 10.59.
Yeah.
So,
And I can give some more background on the MISA review. So it was about a year ago that we started first looking at this project. One of the first things we noticed was that it's mapped it's mapped as priority habitat for rare species for 3 rare moths. In your NOI packet, there's a description of, I think, the moths and the habitat that they feed on, the type of vegetation. So the owners hired GZA Environmental to conduct the habitat assessment and put together the report, which is in your NOI package. We sat down with Mass Division of Fishery and Wildlife to go over that report, and basically they more or less determined that the habitat is no longer at the site. It seemed like from GZA's perspective, the reasoning for it was mostly invasive plants that overtook the majority of the site that is not wooded. And where these moths live is outside of any wooded areas.
Do you know what kind of plants those were?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I can certainly come back with that information.
Yeah, I was just like curious. It's like we're getting infestation or anything like that. It's like it's spreading.
Oh, what type of invasives? Is that what you mean? Oh, okay. I thought you were asking what type of plants the moths feed on.
No. The invasives that are taking over the habitat. So if that's in the report, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't read it fully, but I intend to. Yeah. So, Mr. Holland, do you have any questions?
I just have a couple of questions. Do you know what type of warehouse it's going to be? Or is it going to be a chemical warehouse, or is it going to be, it is going to be a chemical?
No, sorry, I'm just saying, yeah, I understand what you're asking. They don't have a tenant identified at this time, so they're just, it's, as of right now, it's just proposed as industrial warehouse use.
Okay. And any type of dumpster or any, is that going anywhere?
We do have dumpsters proposed. It just so happens the location of those are both in the town of Andover, but we have dumpsters proposed here for this building and then right over here for that building.
Okay. What about sewage?
Sewage? We have areas, I guess, associated on the plan for septic systems. There's no available sewage in the vicinity of the project to tie into.
Okay, if you would, where would the septic system be?
Sure. Yeah. One would be here for the larger warehouse.
Okay. All right. So that's further enough away from the wetlands. That's what was my concern was.
Yeah. I don't know off the top of my head what the setback is for septic systems. Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. Either way, it's going to be reviewed by the Andover Health Department, and I'm sure that they'll account.
So the septic system will be in the Andover.
Yeah, just the way that the site lays out with the buildings and the wetlands, the majority of the actual site work is going to be in Andover. So if you can imagine, from here over is Tewksbury.
Right.
So what's in Tewksbury is essentially the building, loading docks, some stormwater management.
Okay, so this also has to go to the Andover Planning Board, and I'm assuming it's going to go to the Tewksbury Planning Board as well.
Yep.
You know, because you're going to ask the same questions because of the fact that you don't want anything leaking. That's why I asked the question of what was going in there, and you don't have a tenant.
Right.
You know, because it makes a difference whether you have a Amazon plant that sells paper, pens, or whatever they sell versus a chemical plant.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I guess to answer your question with the permitting first, we had our first meeting with Andover Conservation last night. We're in front of your board tonight. We're filed with Tewksbury Planning Board and Andover Planning Board as well. Those will be over the next couple of weeks, the first public hearings for those boards. To answer your second question, I think the applicant's intent is to get it permitted and approved as general, just warehouse use first, and then if there are any specific tenant requirements for a specific type of warehouse, they would either have to go back in front of the boards to change the site plan or do whatever they have to do at that time.
What was the reception of the Andover Planning Board?
We haven't been in front.
The Andover Conservation Commission.
I think both commissions are actually kind of in the same boat right now, where it's a quick kind of like introduction to the project, but they want to hire a consultant as well to do a review of the delineation. They were concerned about the NHS, the rare species. They weren't very happy about that, but we did meet with fisheries and wildlife to make sure that the project was going to be viable a year ago before we got into this process. So.
All right, there's a lot of stuff to digest.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will have more questions later.
Yep. And I'll be back in front of you
Yeah.
probably at least one more time.
Mr. Sheen.
This is the old piggery, right?
Piggery?
Yeah.
My client, the Kellys, have owned this property since the 80s.
I know the parcel well.
Okay, yeah. I don't know exactly what it was used
It
for.
was years ago.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Mr. Roebuck?
No, I'm good.
All right. So this is a public hearing, seeing no one rising. So we'll do probably continuance to our first meeting in October if it's beyond, you said October 9th it is?
That's our next meeting.
Right. So, too soon?
No, I think we were trying to get out to the site with Bill next week sometime. And then I guess at that time we can determine, I guess the 9th sounds good to me, I think.
Okay, and then we'll have the 7th there. Have a report from the National Heritage. If there's any issues, they'll bring it to our notice. So I guess we need a motion to continue to October 9th.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. See you then.
And can I ask Stefania, can you reach out to the Andover Conservation Commissioner and just find out, either we read their minutes or, and they can read ours, so we're all on the same page, because this is kind of a different situation with 2 towns involved.
Yeah, so we actually briefly talked today when I was meeting them at another site, and he said the same thing, that they're going to hire a reviewer as well.
Okay.
But I can get details from him.
Right. Because if he has the details and we have our own, and Bill goes out, I just want to make sure they don't,
Okay.
you know what I mean? That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Well, technically, hopefully, they all match up.
Well, that's it. Well, it's always good to do something and not let them know what the other person's doing, because there's always the in-between.
Yeah.
It's there.
Thank you.
Where'd it go? I just lost it. All right. So next item on the agenda is a request for certificate of compliance, Touchstone Closing and Escrow LLC, 207 Catamount Road, map 65, lot 87. It's previously Ames Pond and Radcliffe Road off Route 495. That's an old DEP number, P3052.
Yes.
right.
This is from the 70s, so
Okay.
very old. These next, I believe it's 4 certificate of compliances. It's for partial certificate of compliances for 207 Catamount Road, and I don't have any records on any of these files.
Okay.
So I really have no information on any of them, besides they're trying to sell and they need to get this off of their deed.
Yeah, and everything looks okay over there? There's no crazy things going on?
Yeah, from what I can see.
Yeah. All right.
So are these all the same map and lot number, or are they different?
So it's the map and lot number for 207 Catamount Road. And then in parentheses is the address that was used in the old order of conditions.
Okay.
So whatever properties those were back then, it's kind of hard to tell. So-
Okay.
It's all one property now?
No, so it's all,
Pieces of it
split-
are
it's
one
all
property.
split. So this is just one property of a subdivision. But it's likely that all of these were just one huge parcel at one point and then slowly got split over time.
Now, have you been out to these sites?
It's just one site. I mean, I've driven by Catamount Road all the time. It's just a house. So,
Okay, so you have no issues with the certificate of compliance?
it shouldn't be a full certificate of compliance. It should be a partial, just for this lot, so that they can sell their house. That's really why they have to go through this, because it gets caught when they do a deed, a title search, and then it holds up the closing of their property.
All right.
Okay.
Any other questions about this? It seems pretty, pretty well put together. I think all the applications are in order. And we just have to just do it one by one. All right, so, we're on the first one. So can I get a motion to, all right, so motion to grant the partial certificate of compliance for the portion of the property previously described as Ames Pond and Radcliffe Road on the Middlesex North, document number 64267. I get a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Next item on the agenda, similar issue, same property, request for certificate of compliance, Touchstone Closing and Escrow, LLC, 207 Catamount Road, map 65, lot 87, previously Andover Street, Route 133, lots 0051/0007, and others, DEP 305163. I get a motion to grant a partial certificate of compliance for the,
I move.
Yep, hold on. Middlesex North, document number 107843. Here, movement, can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item is similar. Have a request for certificate of compliance, Touchstone Closing and Escrow LLC, 207 Catamount Road, map 65, lot 87. Previously lot number 0051-0007 and others, Andover Street, Route 133, DEP number 305291. Can I get a motion to grant a partial certificate of compliance for the property referencing Middlesex North, document number 121602?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. And last item in this batch is a request for a certificate of compliance, Touchstone and Closing and Escrow LLC, 207 Catamount Road, map 65, lot 87, previously 100 Ames Pond Drive, DEP 305325. I get a motion to grant a partial certificate of compliance for the project, for the location referencing Middlesex North, document, County Registry of Deeds, document number 131075.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. They should be all set. Next item is an emergency certification ratification for 79 Chandler Street, map 76, lot 3, 11 Chandler Street, map 76, lot 8, and Livingston Street, Culvert, map 76, lot 35. Certificate to remove a beaver dam. Any questions from the commission? No, hearing no questions. Can I get a motion to ratify the emergency certification?
I move.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is an enforcement order update, return to compliance, 139 Pike Street, map 21, lot 10. Yeah, can you,
Yes. So this enforcement order was originally issued for some grading and clearing within the buffer zone. So they were ordered to install an erosion control and attend the Conservation Commission meeting. They did both of those, and they also filed an RDA and received a determination to permit the work and the installation of the pool and the patio. So I went by a few days ago, and everything's stabilized at this point. So I think that they have complied with everything in the original enforcement order.
sounds good. Any questions from the commission?
No, I have none.
Questions? Okay, can I get a motion to return the property into compliance?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Did I do that right?
Yep.
All right. Next item, Town of Andover Conservation Department and Andover Village Improvement Society, AVIS, the request. So,
So in your packet, you'll see an email from the Andover Conservation Agent. So I met with them today out on their reservations down at the end of South Street and then onto the town of Tewksbury's open space land. So the area that they're specifically concerned about is an area on the town of Tewksbury's land where the ATVs have pretty much altered the wetland that crosses that area. So what they are proposing and requesting assistance with is helping detouring them from using the area. So what they want to do is put up some signage. They would like to put up cameras, but I don't think that that's something that we would be doing at this point. I talked to the town manager. He's comfortable with everything else, but we're just not ready for having cameras out on town land at this point. And then they want to remove a few trees so that they can lay them down in this area and make it so that the ATVs cannot cross. So they've done this on a lot of their reservation land, and it's really helped with the problem that they've been having. So that's why I met with them, and that's why they asked this to be on our agenda tonight.
So is it actually illegal? Or just trying to discourage it?
Well, we do have rules and regulations for Tewksbury conservation land, and in those rules and regs, there is no motorized vehicle use allowed.
Right, so, right. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with the placement of signs, just maybe disagreeing with the wordage. It should say something, but warning. Okay, anyways,
So their main request for the Conservation Commission is the commission okay with signage?
Yep. I'm okay with signage. I just say per order of the Conservation Commission or something a little bit more like.
Okay, yeah, this is just signage that they printed out and have been using, and we
Yeah.
can
I mean,
definitely get
if it
our
works,
own.
if it works, it works. It's nice and orange, and yeah, that looks okay to me.
But it's going to be identified with Andover Conservation Commission, correct?
So I don't think the
Like it has
signs
any-
specify. They
Yeah.
don't specify. If we wanted to, we can definitely make our own signs. The town manager recommended that the commission approve the use of Conservation Trust Fund in case we needed to purchase signs.
Right.
Well, I believe it's a request from the town of Andover, so they should be providing us the signs, correct?
Yeah, I mean, they have extra signage we could use, but if we wanted it to be specific to this town, then,
Right. So they're not going to put up this property monitored by camera in our section of the town.
not if we don't have cameras up, no.
Right. But everything else, it is it's our land, Tewksbury town-owned land.
Yes.
Yep, so we got to prevent ATVs and motorized vehicles. Yeah,
I think the
so-
big thing for the commission is, are they okay with the removal of the trees so that they can use them to block the ATVs from going into the wetlands?
Okay, so we need to grant okay, so we're okay with the cutting of total 4 trees, 3 dead and 1 live, right?
Well, judging from this picture, are we talking 3 dead trees and a live tree?
Yeah,
No.
This is
So
a-
this
just
is
a
it's
generic
hard to
picture.
tell because the lighting.
Yeah.
So that's just showing the ground, which that's all mud.
It's all
and
chewed
that-
up from the ATV.
That should be vegetation, and
Right,
that
but they're
should
just
not
gonna
look like that.
cut a tree down and it's gonna
Yeah, so
fall
they're gonna
across.
cut a tree and just place it
Yeah.
down. If they don't have to, they won't, but there didn't look like there were any down trees that they could just drag over.
Right.
So,
yeah. So I think we can basically say we grant them the permission to move existing down trees and brush onto the path. That
But that's
seems-
not really what they're asking, are they?
Well, they're asking to cut down, I'm reading their letter.
Yeah.
They're seeking permissions for 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm just going through them one at a time. So the first one was cutting a total of 4 trees, white oaks, 1 live, 3 standing dead, and placing the trees to block the path of the ATV use. I don't think anyone has a concern with that, right? Okay, and they want to moving existing down trees and brush onto the path in attempt to block it to ATV use. I don't think anyone has an issue with that. All right. Placement of signs reading no ATVs, warning absolutely no motorized vehicles, etc., along the existing ATV trail. They attach examples that are currently placed in Sanborn Reservation. I have no issues with that. No issues. And placement of trail cameras to record images, understanding frequency of ATV users. Town manager has recommended that we don't install cameras at this time in Tewksbury section. So we'll just say that this Tewksbury side, we don't want the signs for the cameras because we don't have a camera policy yet. All right? That sound reasonable?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. I get a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Now, if necessary, can the town use conservation trust funds to get signage if we have to?
All right, so what are we looking for? Like $500 or something?
I mean, we would just need a few. I don't know how much
Well,
they
they
cost.
mentioned the volunteers. Can we tell the volunteers what the sign should look like? The volunteers could make signs?
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely just go with these.
Those look, I mean, it
These.
should probably be more metallic or so that they last. Looks like they just stapled paper up to trees, but that
This one's a little harder.
Yeah. So, I mean.
I think
a
that
good-
one's paper.
A good, I mean, just a piece of paper that's gonna corrode over 5 years, I don't think really makes a lot of sense. It should be something a little bit heftier and,
Can you get them on like a thin plastic sleeve?
yeah, I mean, I would leave it up to them, but I think that we should probably allocate some funds that they could get some kind of beefy signs, not just, so I think $500. I wouldn't imagine them being more than $10 a piece, but I don't know how many they need, but they're all different types too, So they might need 10 of these, 10 of these, 10 of these, 10 of these.
How long is this trail in Tewksbury?
It's not very long. It's honestly, if you've ever been to Jenny's Way or ever looked at a map.
Yeah, well, I know the
there's a
Avis Reservation pretty
small-
well.
Yeah, there's a teeny sliver in the back of Jenny's Way, and that's the area.
So if it's just a sliver.
It's
I
just
think
this
Avis
one
should-
area, yeah.
I mean,
I think $500 is plenty of money.
yeah, but,
it's-
I mean, do we even need, sounds like Avis basically wants permission to do it on our property, not that we have to give them any money to paint the signs. Looks like they're gonna be creating the signs primarily for their section. They might need to throw up 3 or 4, so. I mean, did they ask for the money, or?
No,
Yeah, so I don't think we need to give them any money if it's just gonna be 2 or 3 signs. I don't think we need to go through that rigmarole,
okay.
But certainly if it ends up being a lot of money, they wanna come back, we can consider it in the future.
Okay.
All right, so, no other action on that then, unless someone disagrees with me, if you wanna.
Well, I would leave it out there that, I mean, on the signage, I'm
Yeah.
assuming that we are putting the signs up.
No, I think they are, we're just granting. them
Well, they
permission.
have the volunteers, but if we were to
Provide the sign.
provide signage and use our conservation trust funds, it would be signs that we would purchase and pick out.
But it
So
sounds like there's only.
Since we're doing them the favor doing this, I would allocate a couple of $100 just in case we need to put the signs up, but I think the sign should be more or less their responsibility.
Right, that's what I'm saying, it's like
They
if
put
they
the signs
really
up to our
need.
approval.
Right, I mean, if they really need the money, they can come and ask for it, but I don't think
Right.
we should just give them $200. If they're creating the signs already, they're putting them up with their volunteers, and most of the property is in Andover, they're just, a little bit of it's in Tewksbury, and you might get 2 or 3 signs in our section of it, so I don't think we really need to allocate any money right now.
I agree.
Everyone in agreement with that? Pretty much?
Yes, fine by me.
All right, so that's pretty much the end of the agenda. If there's signatures needed,
Yes.
and anything else? If not, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Aye, opposed, motion carries.